Okay, so we'll try not to put you to sleep on this week's episode, but we're testing a VoltGo battery, 12.5 volt, 400 amp hour lithium ion battery that has it's self-heating protection, has fire suppression, it has very low ambient charge and discharge capabilities, multiple mounting configurations, and this is probably one of the better batteries I've seen to date. So let's get with it, and remember, I'm going to put chapter markers in this, so if you happen to get a little bored in an area that may not interest you, just zoom right through to the parts that you like. There's other people that have technical questions that I wanted to leave this info for them. Price point for this battery, I think this is probably at the 75 percentile on cost. It is not the most expensive, but it is. It's probably the second or third from the top in terms of expense. But in terms of versatility and value, this battery gives you everything that other batteries don't. The built-in fire suppression, for me, that's a no-brainer. Should something go wrong with a short, we've all seen a few videos of lithium-powered cars bursting into flames, but this has built-in fire suppression, and correct me in the video comments if there's another one out there. I haven't seen it. So without further ado, let's kick this thing off and let's get down inside this battery and see how it works. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So let's go. So this battery is not a joke. This thing, I scaled it in at 95 pounds in the box. So make sure you got a helper when you're getting this out. You definitely don't want to drop this thing on your foot or your leg. But as you can see, it's packaged up pretty good. And now it's time to get it up on the bench so we can do a checkout. All right, so welcome back. It's the next day and we got our VoltGo battery all charged up. And first step we're gonna do is we're gonna log into the Bluetooth app. We're gonna download it and set that up. And as soon as we get that going, okay, so that app is going to download for us. VoltGo Bluetooth. All right, here it goes. As you can see, it's a little chilly morning out here. We got the chest turned down already, waiting for us. So that's good to go. Now I printed out the manual and I left it downstairs, so I may have to cut this video up and go see, but it looked like it's seeing a bunch of equipment already. So that's fantastic, that's good news. So from what I remember reading, you have to know which Bluetooth it's seeing. And from what I understand, yeah, there it is. It's got a Bluetooth ID on it. See, so it's got ZT. Okay, and it ends in 67. So we're gonna see if we can find that one. And sure enough, ZT, see that, 67. That's fantastic. All right, well, that was simple enough. I love it when these companies got their little details figured out. So it's communicating already. That's it, quick. So I'm just using a standard iPad, and that's the VoltGo battery sitting there. So that's really interesting that it's synced up without any hiccups whatsoever. I mean, it's nice to see people got things working out. Shows our current temperature, 7C. There's our different cell temperatures. And there's the cell voltages. And apparently this has a balancer built in, which is really a sweet thing to see, because every time you get done with a charge, you can see how close these are. So that's fantastic news. The other thing about this battery that's really impressive, and a lot of people out there don't realize it, they're probably looking at one of the best batteries on the market. It's versatile. You can mount this on its side. It's got different hardware brackets. This thing can be flipped up on its face. You use these brackets. They would bolt on the back here and secure that to the wall. So many different configurations. 4-aught terminals it'll accommodate. It has 2 different communication cables. I'm not real familiar with these. They're CAN bus from what I understand, or RS-485. From what I read, these are plug and play with a Victron system. So all you Victron lovers, this is something here that's a game changer for you, because you have a high capacity, high performance battery for a lot less money than the big blue brand that I'm not going to bring up. This battery is currently in development in the final phases that they're telling me of the Underwriter Laboratories approvals, I guess, for the United States and for Canada. This battery has the built-in low ambient heating, so if it gets a little on the cool side, you're not supposed to charge one of these. You can still discharge them for a ways, but you have to be able to keep the cells a certain temperature in order to charge them. And this battery has that covered. It has built-in heating, so that's a game changer. Automatic built-in heating. It's got a high-performance BMS system on it to protect itself. I believe this has, let's just look down here. So you can see the maximum charging current is 200 amps. Okay, maximum discharging is 250 amps. Other things that's important here. Oh yeah, we should talk about safety for a minute. It's the first battery I've ever seen that has built-in fire suppression. Now their smaller version of this battery, the 100 amp hour version, this is a 400, but their 100 amp hour version has got all the certs on it already. So insurance companies and different manufacturers are going to absolutely love that battery, because it means it's went through a very high level of testing and certifications, and it's passed them all. So why are we here today? We're going to put this in a medical grade freezer, and we're going to get it down around 20, 21 negative. So negative 20 Celsius, we're going to see if the internal heating works. We're going to look at it with a FLIR thermal imaging camera. So we're going to get a picture before, during, and after, and we're going to watch its profile as it's running through this. I'm going to hook this up to an inverter, and the inverter is going to, I've already pre-cooled the freezer chest here, but this is going to be running the inverter that powers this entire test. So this is going to be a standalone test from this battery. So I think that's kind of a unique test we can do. You can see the 3 white cubes. Those are the temperature sensors for this test. The temperature sensor on the left is channel 1. The temperature sensor on the battery is channel 2, and the sensor on the right is channel 3. So when you see the graphic through the video, you'll know what it's representing. Pay attention to the center. So we'll go let this thing run longer. We're going to just keep a constant load on it. That cooler is so cold inside, yet the top of that battery is hanging in there. And thermal imaging pictures definitely indicating it's in good shape. So we'll see how this goes. All right, I think it's time for some coffee, because it's definitely cold out here. So one of the things I noticed, that the compressor, as it kicked on and off, we wouldn't have a constant draw. So I plugged in a small little electric heater, and that seemed to keep a constant load running. Here's a couple pictures of the app from the iPad. At the beginning of the test, I just wanted to show the internal cell temperatures. They didn't change much either.
Now it's very cold in this freezer. I've had this door open for a few minutes getting these photographs. It's a negative 18C in here. There is an alarm on. The alarm light is on. can see there's definitely, beneath this tag is a pretty warm spot. This is our battery sensor. It's hard to tell, but it almost looks like there's a heat strip running through here. Take a side view. That could be the reflection of the shop light. I'll shade this. No, that's actually thermal. All right, so a couple hours went by and the battery still, it's plenty cold inside the freezer here. The battery is solid as a rock still. What we want to do now is, now that we've got the battery down so it'll accept a charge and we've got it good and cold, we want to actually throw a charge at the battery and see if the internal cell voltage goes up. And we can see there's the temperature. If I can focus in on that, you can see the printed circuit board temperature is -3 Celsius. Cell 1 temperature is -3 Celsius. Cell 2 is 0 Celsius. So what I'm going to do, you guys can watch that part out. I'll engage my lithium charger here. It'll take me just a minute. If I can get this charger to crank up, what I'm hoping to do is see if those cell temperatures go up. So that'll probably take a few minutes. So I'm going to pause you guys and get that plugged in and see how this works, and we'll get right back with you.
So, important note, when the battery's really cold, below -1C, you're not going to get it to charge. As soon as you put the charge on it, you'll see that the temperature of the cells will start to increase, and until you hit 1C, nothing happens. It doesn't tell you this on the app, but after a little digging, we repeated this several times and we found out that's the case. Once that battery cell gets up to 1C, then things start to happen. The chargers kick on and it goes from protect mode to charge mode. So just be nice if the app told us that, which it doesn't. Next thing we did is we opened the top up. These are the heater cells that you can see. Very beefy 70-watt heaters. COM board on the left, you can see that hooks up for all the Victron guys. Main motherboard in the middle there. Great terminals, good connections.
So this is our 2020 Coachman Freedom Express. It's the 259 FKDS. Front kitchen, rear king bed. It's a pretty nice unit. We were real happy with it. We put a solar package on it in a boondocking kit, and we've been playing with different batteries and some different charge controllers, but right now I want you to look at probably the best battery on the market, and this is the VoltGo battery.
On the left, we have two batteries that sum up to 400 amp hours of battery capacity, and on the right we have a single battery with 400 amp hours. Notice the size difference. Alright, so we're going to go hook this up in the camper now. I'm going to do a good long test over about a week period of time. Don't forget to stop by the channel here and hit the like and subscribe button for other videos. So our camper, we have 1,000 watts of solar on the roof, and we have a 3,000 watt inverter, and we've got a Renogy system here to where we can monitor everything remotely and data log. And we did just that with this VoltGo battery. We ran it through the paces from fully discharged to full charge using solar, and we've also used the solar/inverter to charge at the same time, so we could throw we did about 110 amps is the best we could do in the Michigan sun. But after running this thing through several cycles, the best I could get out of this battery even though it says it's a 400 amp hour battery, about the highest I could get was about a 409 amp hour use out of it, which is great. It's better than the nameplate. The app is really handy. As you can see, it shows you how the cells balance, and they are extremely close. As we already know about all the temperatures inside the RV, it stays toasty warm in there, but you know, it's hard to run a load test and impress anybody, because the battery has been proven over and over by other YouTubers to deliver point blank exactly what the nameplate says. So no surprise here. I don't want to bore you guys with a week-long test. This thing really delivered properly. So if you have a Victron system, I think this battery would really be a great benefit for you to hook up. The only way I can communicate to the battery is with the Bluetooth option, which is fine. No surprises. It works as directed. So there are multiple batteries on the market that you can get, but there's only one battery I could find as of today that had all the options that the VoltGo battery has. There are different prices, and they seem to be all over the map because of sales and clearances and changes in the economy. But find one that has all of the features that the VoltGo battery has. Thanks for hanging in there, and be sure to like and subscribe. We appreciate your support. Thank you.